Welcome back, guys, to another YouTube video, and today is NFL Talk Show Season 4, Episode 4. And today we'll be talking about the news, Week 3 predictions, fantasy football outlook, and our offensive defensive player of the week. So let's go to the news. For the news this week, a lot of running backs this week. So to kick it off, we have Barkley spraining his ankle, so he's going to be missing like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So after beating the Cardinals, Barkley has suffered that injury, and yeah, it looked bad at first, but it's just a sprain. Then we have Nick Chubb, kind of like blew up his kneecap, and like it's pretty bad. It's all over the place. And then we have the Browns signing Kareem Hunt. He's been in the system for a while. Great move for the Browns. Smart move because Nick Chubb's hurt. So that's our news for this week. Now let's go to Week 3 predictions. To kick off Week 3, we have the 49ers and Giants. This is going to be a good game. It's Thursday Night Football. They don't have Barkley, so he knows what's going on. 49ers. So Sunday, we have the Broncos and Dolphins. This is actually going to be a nice little game here. I'm going to go Dolphins being 3-0. I don't think the Broncos are going to beat the Dolphins. Saints-Packers, this is another good game. Both teams did well last week. Saints are 2-0 right now, so I'm going to go with the Packers on this one. They had a tough game last week against the Falcons. They should have won that game. Then we have the game of the week, the Chargers and Vikings. I'm going to go, both teams are 0-2, so one team's going to be 1-2. And I'm going to go Vikings getting the win here. They did just acquire Cam Akers, so I think the Vikings will win. Patriots, Jets. With this one here, I think the Jets, after getting whooped last week, will finish the Patriots here. Bills, Commanders, this could have been game of the week, but I think the Bills are going to beat the Commanders. I know last week the Commanders played well, but I think the Bills will win. Colts, Ravens, Anthony Richardson could be out this week, so even with that, I think Ravens will beat the Colts. Texans, Jaguars, C.J. Stroud played well last week. Trevor Lawrence, after losing to the Chiefs, I think Trevor Lawrence will get the win here. Falcons and Lions. Actually, this is a pretty good game right here. I'm going to go an upset for this week. I'm going to go Falcons here. I think with Bijan Robinson and Tyler Algier in the backfield, I think the Falcons will get this done here. Titans, Browns. Again, I think Titans are going to beat the Browns. The Browns are going to lose Nick Chubb, so that's going to be a big loss for the Browns there. So I think the Titans will stop the run defense. Panthers, Seahawks at 4 o'clock here. I'm going to go Seahawks. I know the Panthers are a young team. They'll probably win next week. Cowboys, Cardinals. Don't even need to explain. Bears, Chiefs. Don't need to explain. And we have Sunday Night Football, Steelers and Raiders. This is going to be a good game here. I think the Steelers will win with the great defense they have. The offense is kind of questionable, but I think the Steelers will pull out with the win here. So we have 2 Monday Night Football games. We have the Eagles and Buccaneers. I think both teams are 2-0, and I'm going to go with an upset here. I think Baker Mayfield will beat the Eagles this week. Mike Evans did well last week. I think the Buccaneers will upset them. Rams and Bengals for the last game for Monday Night Football. And I'm going to go with another upset. I'm going to go with the Rams here. Puka Nacua is balling out. And we're going to go to the Fantasy Football Outlook. We're going to talk about receivers this week. So he might be on that list. But yeah, I think the Rams team, after... Yeah, it was a close game last week against the 49ers, but I think they'll beat the Bengals here. So these are our week 3 predictions. Now let's go to NFL Fantasy Football Outlook. For Fantasy Football Outlook, we have receivers this week, so we're going to name our top 5 players that you should get off the waiver wire. Number 5, I'm going to say, is Adam Thielen. He's been doing really well. He's Bryce Young's number 1 receiver right now, and he's been doing well. Number 4, Nico Collins for the Texans. Again, number 1 receiver for CeeDee Stroud. Number 3, I'm going to say Tutu Atwell. He's the Rams' number 2 receiver. With Cooper Kupp hurt, he's getting a lot of the balls thrown to him, and he's getting a lot of like the deep balls. So, yeah. Number 2 is Josh Reynolds. He's the receiver for the Lions. Jared Goff likes to throw it to him in the red zone, and he's a good red zone target. Number 1 is Puka Nacua from the Rams. Last week he got 15 catches for like 20 attempts. Like 20 targets for 15 catches. Pretty good. And like he had like about 35 targets already this season. He's a pretty good receiver. So that's our fantasy football outlook. Now let's go to the game of the week. For the game of the week, we have the Chargers and Vikings. It's going to be a good game here. Both teams are 0-2. Kirk Cousins, Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen versus Justin Jefferson. Both players did well last week, and the quarterbacks played well last week, but couldn't get the win against the Vikings. Couldn't get the win against the Eagles, and Chargers couldn't get against the Titans. The question mark with this team is the defenses. The defenses lost a lot of key pieces in free agency last offseason. Like, for example, the Chargers lost the nose tackle, and like that's a big part of the run game, and like they couldn't stop the run. And they also lost Derwin James been hurt too, and they lost a lot of corners too in free agency. Like for example, you had Casey Hayward on the Chargers, and you lost him like a year ago. So like that was a big loss. Then you have with the Vikings, you lost Eric Kendricks. He's the middle linebacker, and you also lost Darius Smith to the Browns. So like they're losing a lot of key pieces on their defenses, but it's gonna be a defensive battle. You have 2 really good offenses against mediocre defenses, I guess. But I think with this one, I think the Vikings will pull out. I think they have a better run game than the Chargers. I think Madison's going to do well because they have Cam Akers right behind him, and he's probably going to ball out because he knows that, I have someone behind me that is decent. So just watch out for Alexander Madison this week. Now let's go to offense and defense player of the week. For offense and defense player of the week, we have the offense. We have Mike Evans. Did well last week against the Bears. He kind of killed the Bears. And defense player of the week, we have Alex Highsmith getting a pick 6 and forcing a fumble that TJ Watt picked up for a touchdown. He also had 7 tackles and a sack. So, yeah. That's our offense and defense player of the week for week 2. Now let's go to the end of NFL Talk Show. So for the end of NFL Talk Show, for season 4, episode 3, it's been a great week last week. The games were pretty good. A lot of entertaining games. I think this week kind of like dies down a little bit. There's a lot of good games like the Falcons and Lions, Chargers, Vikings, and then Sunday Night Football is pretty good. And also Monday Night Football is pretty good this week too. You have 2 games at once. So, yep, that's the end of NFL Talk Show. And yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. And see you guys in the next video. See you guys. Enjoy your Sunday. Peace.